Hey everyone, Think Noodles here at the Insiders Network, and I'm starting a new series called Ask Think Noodles. I want to make this a weekly series, so please leave a comment at the bottom of this video, and I'll try and answer your question next week. The reason I wanted to start this video series was because I get a lot of the same questions over and over, and I figured it'd be better to answer the questions by showing you. So here we go. The first and most common question I get asked is, what screen recording software and editing software do you use? First of all, I use a Mac. So this is going to be specific to Mac because the software that I use is called ScreenFlow. You can see it here. It's made by a company called Telestream, and I use it primarily. I have used other programs such as Screenium and Camtasia, but I find that Screenium is very limited in its editing capabilities, so I have to bring up something like Camtasia or ScreenFlow to do editing, and I find that Camtasia is just a little bit too complicated for me. It can do a lot more than ScreenFlow, and my videos seem to be simple enough that I don't need that capability just yet. One of the things I like about Screenium as a screen recorder is that you can change the frame rate. Unfortunately, on ScreenFlow, you're stuck at 30 frames per second. You can see here that you can try it for free, or you can buy it for $99. It is a bit expensive, but I find that it's a very useful program. So let's get into ScreenFlow's UI and I'll demonstrate the answer to the next question. And the next question is, how do you zoom on your videos in Club Penguin? So let's bring it up. So here's a Club Penguin video, and if you look, it's all the same zoom level, 100%. You can see me saying, hey, Penguin's there, but it's hard to read. So what I do is I just pick a point where I want to zoom in, and I just click Add Video Action. And I like to stretch it out a little bit, make it a little bit longer so the zoom isn't so quick. And then all I do is increase the slider of the scale in the video properties at the end of the video action. Center it, and then you'll see it does it automatically. Now you'll have to zoom back out at the end of the clip. And it's as simple as that. The next question I've been getting lately is how to add the subscribe button that I have at the end of my videos that slides in. So here's how you do it. First, just edit your video how you want it to be. And then what you need to do is, at least in ScreenFlow, click Add Media and choose an image. So I'm choosing my 640 subscribe 8-bit. All you have to do then is drag it into the scene. And you'll see that it sort of comes in on the side. And what you do is just drag it to the position you want before it appears in the stage. You just want to drag it to the top there. Take note of the position. X is 6 and Y is 457. Now, let's zoom in on the timeline. Now you can see that the button doesn't actually appear in the stage at all. It's hidden. So what we want to do is, just like in the previous one, we want to create a video action. So add video action, and you can see it appear there. Then at the end of the video action, which it's automatically placed, just drag the subscribe button, or whatever button you're adding, down. Once you find the position you like, you're all set. Now I'm extending its duration in the timeline. Now, what you want to do is make the button disappear. All you have to do is go further along the timeline, add video action, then you can play with some of the parameters. Like, let's make the scale go up to 400% and the opacity to 0, so it will sort of zoom in and fade out at the same time. You can also add shadows to the buttons, reflections, all kinds of things. You can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the contrast, saturation, make it black and white, overexpose it. There are a lot of different things you can do with the standard image. Now, let's take a look at the whole clip. See it slide in? And then it fades out. Now I want to adjust it a little bit because I thought it slid in too quickly. So if I go into the timeline, I can adjust the length of the transition. Then I can adjust the button's location in the timeline so that it appears sooner or later. I think that's better. Yeah, see how much smoother the transition is? So I hope that helps. The next question I get asked a lot, and it's actually a bunch of questions, but they all have the same answer. A lot of people ask me, how do you get a picture for your username? How do you get a header on your channel? How do you get thumbnails on your videos? And if you don't know what I'm talking about or don't know how to ask the question, let me show you what this question means. So you see right here at the top of my channel, I have this channel header with the characters in the top. The other question people ask is, how do you get these thumbnails without actually having that in your video? And finally, when you're on a watch page, you can see instead of saying the name, it's actually a picture of my name. So these 3 features are all part of the YouTube Partner Network. You can't get these features any other way. Now, many of you are going to say, but I'm a partner. YouTube offered me the partner program and I joined it and I don't have those features. Why do you have them? And that is a little bit harder to explain because YouTube has sort of changed the name of the partner program, or they've muddied the lines, and I read an article on it, and it's hard for people to distinguish who's actually a YouTube partner versus a full partner or whatever they call it. So if you'd like to find out more about the partner program, if you go to youtube.com/partner, this will bring up the partner program. Now there are unstated requirements for joining the partner program. From what I understand, generally to be accepted into the partner program by YouTube, it's around 5,000 subscribers and over 1 million video views. However, those are unstated requirements, and having both of those doesn't guarantee your acceptance into the partner program. All I can tell you, if you want to be a YouTube partner, is to continue working hard to build and grow your channel, and eventually you will be offered partnership and be able to have these features on your channel. Well, that's it for this week. I hope that I answered some of the most important questions. Now just leave a comment below with your question and I'll answer it. It doesn't have to be a question about YouTube, it doesn't have to be a question about Clone Penguin or Pop Tropica or Webkins, it could be anything. I feel like I'm a bit older than all of you and I have some life experience, and if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. And I also encourage you that if you have a question you want to ask me and you're a bit embarrassed to ask, go ahead and send me a private message through YouTube, and I'd be happy to answer your question there as well. I hope you enjoy the new series, and I'm looking forward to all of your questions. Think Noodles out.